Hi, it's Neil Thomas here from Wedding Help NI. Of course, Wedding Help is that online community. If you're getting married, why not check out the website? It's www.weddinghelpni.com. My guest today is a lovely Mandie, married by Mandie, celebrant, humanist celebrant, I should say. Yes. Isn't that right?
Hello, Dale. Yes, I am Mandie Ritchie, married by Mandie, Humanist UK wedding celebrant. And it is my pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take us back. So before the whole celebrant life, before you became a wedding celebrant, what were you doing, or how did you fall into this, I suppose?
Well, I did have another life before I became a wedding celebrant. Believe it or not, I worked in the bank for about 40 years. I loved it. I loved the customers. And I loved a lot of the staff. The work in the bank was very black and white. It all had to add up and be very, very accurate. And I think sometimes that feeds into my work now. I came across the fact that you could become a wedding celebrant. I have no beliefs, so the humanist side of the celebrancy works very, very well for me. It fits with my values. But in the bank, as I say, it was black and white, and you had to get it correct every time. So I was dealing with customers. I was chatting away to customers. I loved that interaction with customers. I really did. I looked after investments. And so customers had to trust me. And I had to work what was right for them to invest their money in. And now my couples trust me. And I work out what works for them for their wedding. So in the bank, I looked after money for their futures. And now I'm looking after their futures for their hearts, basically, love. And
so you've changed it from one year
one asset to another, absolutely. And it's brilliant. And that's how, as I say, when I left the bank, I wanted to keep the connection with people, because I find that's just such a rich thing in your life. And this is just so wonderful, because I can meet with my couples and, learn about their lives, get involved in their
But I
life.
think you're very suited to it too. To be a wedding celebrant, you're very approachable, and I think that's something with wedding celebrant that you need, because it's one of them things where it's probably one of the most intimate things you're ever going to do, and you're that other person that's sharing in somebody else's moment, isn't that right?
Well, it's trust. It is definitely down to trust, and also because I worked in the bank, I'm very confidential. So I won't ever be talking about anybody in any way, anything that anybody tells me. And when I'm talking to a couple, I'll be saying to them, you tell me what you want to tell me. It doesn't have to be everything. I'll make a story out of what you tell me. I'll knit it into a story for you. So they can tell me sometimes things that they maybe wouldn't want to tell people. That never goes beyond me. That's kept completely private with me. And that's, as I say, I think from my, learning right through the bank of learning, customer service, looking after customers and making sure that customers were treated correctly, and, follow up and all that communication. It's critical. And I learned all those skills, and they were transferable from my working days into what I do now.
And I think as well, you're saying about a story, and that's one thing. Whenever I suppose you're getting to know a couple to become part of, become their celebrant. The storytelling part. So you must be very creative in your writing and stuff, and to write that story to bring it together for a couple, I suppose, is very important too, isn't it?
Well, so when I would meet with a couple, and I do like to meet with my couples, somebody may send me an email or a phone call. I would be saying, if you can, I would really like to meet with you. Sit down, have a cup of tea in person, a bit of cake, something like that. They'll get the feel from me. They'll see whether they like me, whether I'm the right person, because there are so many wonderful celebrants out there, But I want my couples to make sure that they're absolutely certain.
And you're the right person
that I'm the right person for them. And once they feel that, then the relationship really get going. And even from that very first meeting, I will have picked up wee vibes. That's just what I do. And I'll have thought, right, okay, and I'll get an idea where we're going with their story. But there's little threads, little things that they'll say, little threads that I will tweak, and I will find out exactly what they want included. I'll talk to them and they'll tell me, this is what we're thinking of. But it's very difficult for a couple whenever they meet a celebrant to know what it's going to be like unless they've seen this type of ceremony before. This ceremony is completely focused on the couple.
It's not about them.
It's completely about them. And it's a bit sort of daunting. They be going, oh my goodness, does that mean we have a lot of work and stuff like that? Oh, no, they don't. Yeah. We'll have a cup of tea, we'll have a glass of fizz, we'll just enjoy ourselves. I'll talk to them like I'm talking to you. Yeah. Yes, I have some things that I want to have in it. I mean, basically, at the end of the day, it's ingredients that go into the ceremony. Yes, there's a basic recipe that would be the ceremony itself, but it can be in any direction that you want it to go. It doesn't have to be, A, B, C, D, E. It can be completely whatever direction you want your ceremony to go in.
I suppose bespoke to meet the couple's needs.
Completely bespoke, but also the ingredients. So you pop in a bit of this, a bit of spice, a bit of that, and whatever you pop into their ceremony is what creates their individuality to their ceremony.
And I suppose everybody's different and everybody's personality is different. And I think that's something what a humanist celebrant, you can really bring your personality into your ceremony and really bring that across, where you mightn't get to do that with, like with a church or a chapel wedding. You can really make this your own.
Well, everybody's got different, decisions in life, a church, a registrar, that's absolutely fine. That's everybody's choice.
Of course.
But we're here as another choice, and a choice where, yes, you can bring your personality in. You can have your dog at the ceremony. Yeah. There's different readings that can come into the ceremony. You can write your own vows and bring your own personality in through the ceremony. And I mean, people go, oh, no, write my own vows. But I'll help you with that. Yeah. You won't be left on your own.
You're not on your own.
Not at all.
You're there to help.
Not at all.
You're there to guide people through the process. And I suppose guiding people through the process, there is a legal and sort of practical side to that too. And that's really important as well. And I think that's such a minefield. I think that's a minefield even for if you're getting married, or being a church or wherever you get married, there is still a legal side, but you can help with that too.
Absolutely.
And you can advise in that as well.
Well, the legal side, there are practicalities that have to be taken care of, but I will guide you through that. And honestly, it's not that complicated. Because I know what's involved in it,
and you've seen it done so many times.
Looking at it from an outsider, you're going, "Oh goodness!" But I know how I can. In fact, what I try to do, my mission is to make it as simple for couples as possible. There's no complication in it. Couples will have, in the good old Northern Ireland speak, unfettered access to me during the process. They may book me a year, 2 years in advance. But during the process, they will be able to contact me at any time, and I will be in total communication with them. I am back very quickly and very promptly to them. Yeah. But it means that they're there. They know that if they have any questions, if anything comes into their minds, they can get with me, and I can help them with that. Yes.
What about travel and stuff? Are you happy enough to travel within? Is it within the NI as such, or do you just within Northern Ireland?
Well, we are not allowed to legally marry people in anywhere else but Northern Ireland. We could do a ceremony. We would do the legal marriage in Northern Ireland, maybe do the ceremony in south of Ireland. But in Northern Ireland, yes, we are completely free to marry people legally. And yes, I travel the whole of Northern Ireland, and I love it because you just never know where you're going to be. Sometimes, someday, you'll be in somebody's house. Another day, you'll be in a beautiful venue outside, especially like here today, down beside the river. There's opportunities to be married there. Or maybe you'll be in a big hotel venue, which is, they're all different, but I travel throughout the whole of Northern.
It's become so popular too. I think, having the ceremonies at the venues has become so popular, and most of the venues now are all registered to be able to do that. Isn't that right?
Well, a lot of them are, and some of them aren't. And if they are registered, we can still do it. I can still do it there. But if they're not, I can do it, which means that it gives couples the choice.
Right,
if there's somewhere that they feel, gosh, we'd love to have it in that, that restaurant. Yeah. Well, if they're not registered because they maybe don't do weddings, but the couple have a reason to want to go to that restaurant, and the restaurant can accommodate them for a wedding, well, I can do it there for them.
Oh, great. So that is possible as well.
Yes, it is.
Oh, brilliant.
It is. It's really good.
And I suppose that's something you never think about. So you could literally, you could have it in your back garden as such. It's that open, so it is.
It is completely free. I mean, the minimum number that we need for a wedding is the couple, me, and 2 witnesses.
Right, yeah.
And that is it. Or it can go up to 300-400, guests, as many as you want.
Yeah.
But that's the minimum quorum that we need, for a wedding is 5 of them.
Is there any common misconceptions, I suppose, couples have about humanist weddings, or what would your sort of, what would your common misconceptions be there?
Probably, is it legal? I would say that would be the first question that I would be asked. We like the idea of being able to create something especially for ourselves, but is it actually going to be legal?
Yeah, or do we have to do something else then after that, I suppose?
No.
That's a worry, isn't it?
It is completely legal. Once a couple would contact me and we would go through the formalities of it, which is applying to the local council where they're getting married for their marriage schedule, and I sign that and they sign it and present that in. Once that's done, then they get back just before the wedding, the paperwork that we sign on the day. They're witnesses, and the wedding becomes legal. And I think that probably, because humanist weddings are growing in popularity and people that have seen them understand that, but maybe people who haven't and have maybe heard about it and thought, I would really be interested in it. But for me, I'm really happy to talk to couples. So example, I completely... Send me an email. I'll meet you for a cup of coffee, my treat somewhere. We'll sit down and I'll talk you through without any obligation.
Yeah, don't be scared to ask, I suppose.
Ask the questions because I'm here to answer them.
And I think that's probably one of the big things, and it's great to do a podcast like this because some of them questions, like might be parents might say, "Oh no, I don't know if that's proper. I don't know if that's because it's not that it's new, but it is quite new as well, if that makes sense. Or it's becoming so much more popular, but it's still not at the level where a parent or grandparent might go, I don't know about that. I don't know if that's, right. Or
I understand, and I do. And what the lovely thing about a humanist ceremony is, it's neutral. Yeah. It's inclusive. It's for everybody.
And I think in today's society, isn't that so important?
It's very good.
It's brilliant, So it is. What's one piece of advice, you would give to every couple during the ceremony?
Or in the run-up to the ceremony? Well, since I'm creating and writing their ceremony, one thing I would say to them, and it depends on the time, well, even if the short time scales, short date to the ceremony, I'd be saying to them, get a notebook and keep it at your kitchen, somewhere where you're around regularly. And when you're not even under any pressure, those wee thoughts that come into those are the wee gems. Those wee things,
so keep them keepsakes and then pass them on.
Because, whenever I will send you a questionnaire that will ask you various questions so that I get a feel for what you want included in your ceremony. But often, it's, I can't think. But when you're doing the dishes or the ironing, you will think. That's when those thoughts drift into your mind. You jot them down, and then you come along with this absolute treasure trove of little things that you've thought about, and we can
create that and make it into something.
Absolutely.
I suppose, what are some of the most meaningful or unique things that you've seen couples include into that?
Well, I have couples who have had heirloom rings, and they've brought those, and they're very precious because those rings, well, they're metal, but the heritage that's been held and the love and the warmth that's been held in those rings have been passed on. So there's things like that you can use. We are able to do things like handfasting and, Quaich ceremonies, and I'll explain what those are, where we tie ribbons.
Yeah.
We can lay the ribbons so we can have a ribbon bearer, perhaps some children, perhaps your parents. Maybe you're coming from a different country and you want to bring some of the colours of that country with you. I've done that before. And you bring it, and they're tied round the couple's arms, and then they pull apart, and they can keep the knot. It's tying the knot. They can keep that knot as a memento. But
I've seen that, and it is beautiful.
It's fabulous. It's very, very, very visual.
Yeah.
But it's also deeply personal, because each of those ribbons that are laid can have a story. There can be a reason for the blue one and the green one, and there's a wee story behind it, and that then weaves into their story. A Quaich ceremony, and that's a Scottish tradition, where the couple take the first drink together.
Right.
It's brilliant. It's a brilliant one. And that can be their own tipple, whatever they fancy, that they like. So, say, for example, it was a Guinness.
Yeah.
It could be a Guinness. And the reason that it's a Scottish tradition, because they won't poison it. So that's random, but that's what it went back to. So that when a couple shared a drink, it proved that there was no poison. It proved trust.
Oh, great, yeah.
And so that can be built into the end of the ceremony, and it's a really lovely thing.
Yeah.
Just it's a bit of crack at the end of the ceremony. It can be champagne, it can be whatever, whatever the couple, or a daiquiri, or whatever the couple feel that they would like to celebrate with. But there's different things that can be built into a ceremony. I
suppose the wording then, that's something you must take real passion in writing and stuff. You know, you must have a real passion for that and putting that together.
I love it. I mean, my husband's, I'm sitting on my laptop at night time typing away, and not very fast, because I'm not very fast at typing, but I'm typing away, but in my head I'm thinking, because I am a very creative person. I paint. I'm a bit of a painter. I wouldn't say I'm an artist, but I love creativity. And so therefore, all my ceremonies have colour added to them. You know, I say on my website, you know, that my website may be black and white, but I will add colour to your ceremony. And that's what I hope to do, that I hope to bring in tone and colour. And that's how I do it with words. And I mean, there's so many words in the world. There's so many words that you've just got so much. You've got so many bits of material that you can pull together and use those words. And they're lovely words. And you can have such fun with it. Yeah.
And of course, I'm learning something. You know, it must be fascinating too, nearly learning about each couple and you know, to write that's something so special, isn't it? You know?
Well, it's really, it depends, you know, each couple's different, and you get to know their history, and you get to know about where they live, and I might bring that into I probably will bring it into their ceremony, or where their venue is and stuff like that in the history. So yes, there's a lot of learning in it, and it's just amazing.
Why do you think the humanist weddings are becoming more popular? It definitely is becoming something more popular, isn't it?
Well, I think, Dale, it's because you know, you go and meet your partner, and you know, they're specially for you, and you've chosen your wedding venue, and you know, I want all the flowers, and I want it all like that. That's specially for you. That's for you. That's unique for you. A humanist ceremony is unique for you. It's specially. Well, I also, as they talk about painting and creating, mine are freshly baked. So every ingredient is new and fresh in it. So whatever I turn out for you in your ceremony script is completely, utterly unique for you. It's yours. It's yours for the day, you know. So I think that is what is creating the interest in humanist ceremonies, because we can do that for people.
What is your booking process for, you know, how far in advance, and then what way does the whole booking process work? Okay,
so again, I try to keep things as simple as possible. I know in this busy world, people just don't have time, you know. So I am listed on Wedding Help NI, and there's a great big WhatsApp button on that, which I love, because that gets straight through to me. I can be contacted by WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, email, my website, marriedbymandie.com. But the booking, once the couple would book me, when we've had the conversation and they're happy to book me, I have a booking form that I get completed. They pay a deposit, and that's in my diary. And then when that day is in my diary, that day is the day, that's their day. From 8 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, I'm free to marry them at any time that day. So there's a lot of flexibility. And if, for example, you know, we were doing an outside wedding, and perhaps a huge storm came on just as we were to do it, we can just hold back a little bit until it gets a little bit drier, you know, and we have.
I suppose that's a good thing as well. You are only doing one wedding in a day, so there's no pressure for couples.
None.
You know, like I know today from we're hearing Basil Shields, and they had it lovely. We were getting footage for outside for their social media and stuff. And I know there was a bit of rain there and everything, but that's something that you can accommodate. So if you are doing an outside ceremony and things have to be moved inside, don't be panicking. Half an hour, 15 minutes, whatever it is, don't be panicking. It's something not to worry about.
I won't put anybody under any pressure. I'm there to make your day the best magic day. I mean, the day will continue after me, but I have the first step in that ceremony. I have a superpower. I can marry people. The day doesn't go any further, you know.
No, exactly.
The superpower has taken place. And then the rest of the things.
It's the most important part of the day, really, isn't it?
I mean, the reception and the evening do.
It's the fun of the day, you know.
It's the critical part of it. When I meet people at a wee drinks party or something like that, and they'd say to me, "What do you do?" And I go, "Well, you know, I have a very special power. You know, I have a very bespoke service for for couples on their wedding day," and they sort of like, "Really?" You know? And that gets the conversation going. But yes, I have that, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it, and I'm so proud to have it, and it's a privilege, and I will never, ever not be so proud of it, you know.
How have you found the Wedding Help platform? How have you found that? Is it good for your business?
It's brilliant. It's super. And it's great with all the chat on it. It's a great community. I was really social media. I'm a new person to social media. So it has stepped me into social media beautifully. It's helped me. It's taken me by the hand in social media.
I think as well, even there's lots of wee days. Like I know we had a wee media day that we were learning things, you know, and stuff like them days are brilliant as well. They I suppose learn new things as well, because it's all changing so fast.
It's rapid change,
know?
Constant. And what's lovely is there's a lovely community in Wedding Help, and so you know, a photographer or a events organizer or a cake maker. It's bringing the wedding world of Northern Ireland into a lovely community. Really, and they're all great people. They really are.
Where can people find out then? So that you've got your website. Is it Married by Mandie?
MarriedbyMandie.com.
Right.
Instagram, Married by Mandie. Facebook, Wedding Help NI, the big WhatsApp button, and I can be contacted by WhatsApp or by text message.
Yeah.
And then Humanist UK have their website as well, and I'm also listed on that as well. So there's a number of places, you know, that you can find me, but I'd be very happy to talk to people and make their wonderful day for them.
It's been lovely to talk to you today, and honestly, I wish you all the luck with your business.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
There we go. That is Married by Mandie. Thank you so much for listening, and bye for now.
Thank you.